Most people never think about their arteries, not until something goes wrong. It starts with tightness in the chest, maybe a little shortness of breath. You chalk it up to age, stress, or maybe a bad night's sleep. But for millions of people, that tiny warning turns into something life-changing. Blocked arteries are called silent for a reason. They build up slowly, year after year, until one day they don't stay silent anymore. And when that day comes, it's often too late. But here's the good news, really good news. In many cases, your body can heal itself. You just have to give it the right tools. And it starts with food. To figure out what foods actually support healthy arteries, we need to focus on the part of your arteries that's in direct contact with your blood, the endothelial layer. This thin layer plays a huge role. It helps regulate your blood pressure. It acts as a filter, especially in your kidneys. It helps prevent clots, and it even has immune system functions. One more fascinating thing about the endothelial layer: its preferred fuel is glucose. Now, don't worry. That doesn't mean you need to eat glucose. Your body is more than capable of making its own glucose. But because this layer runs on glucose, it also depends on insulin to absorb and use that fuel. That means the health of your arteries is deeply tied to your insulin levels. And here's the issue. Most people today are dealing with insulin resistance. That's important, because if your cells can't use insulin properly, the endothelial layer won't get the fuel it needs. So how does insulin resistance develop? It comes from constantly raising your insulin levels, and that happens when you're snacking too often and eating too many carbohydrates day in and day out. So what's the number one best food to unclog arteries? The most important thing is to eat foods that don't spike insulin. That means going low carb, and ideally eating keto. When you eat keto, you produce ketones, which can bypass insulin resistance and still fuel the endothelial layer. And the main ingredient in this heart-healthy meal? The answer is wild-caught salmon. Not canned, not farm-raised, not breaded, fried, or drowning in sauce. Just clean, wild, real salmon. Because wild-caught salmon is packed with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. These healthy fats help reduce triglycerides, lower blood pressure, and most importantly, help reduce plaque buildup in arteries. They also reduce inflammation, the root cause behind most heart disease. And there's more. Wild salmon contains a powerful antioxidant called astaxanthin that protects your blood vessels from damage and keeps them elastic and healthy. So if your arteries are like highways, salmon is the road repair crew. It doesn't just stop more damage, it actually helps reverse it. But one food alone isn't a miracle. Healing your arteries takes a team effort. That's why this meal I'm about to share isn't just about salmon. It includes 4 other foods that each play a role in restoring heart health naturally. Let's break them down. 1. Arugula, the vessel relaxer. Arugula isn't just fancy lettuce. It's a leafy green that's rich in natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. And it also provides vitamin C, vitamin E, and other nutrients that support artery health. Nitric oxide is what tells your blood vessels to relax and widen. This improves circulation and reduces pressure inside your arteries. More blood flow equals less stress on your heart. So instead of iceberg lettuce, try a handful of arugula. 2. Walnuts, the inflammation fighter. Walnuts are rich in alpha-linolenic acid, another type of omega-3. But their real power lies in their anti-inflammatory effects. Chronic inflammation in your arteries is what causes plaque to build up and stick. Walnuts help calm that fire, making your arteries a harder place for plaque to grow. Even just a small handful a day can make a difference. 3. Pomegranate, the natural cleanser. Pomegranate is one of the most powerful fruits for heart health. Its juice contains compounds called punicolagens, which help reduce oxidative stress and even break down existing plaque. Studies show regular pomegranate intake can reduce arterial plaque by up to 30% over time. Fresh pomegranate seeds or pure juice, no sugar added, are both great options. Extra virgin olive oil, the nutrient booster. All of the ingredients above are powerful, but they're even more effective when paired with a healthy fat. That's where cold-pressed, extra virgin olive oil comes in. Olive oil helps your body absorb fat-soluble nutrients like the omega-3 in salmon and the antioxidants in arugula and pomegranate. And it has heart-healing powers of its own, lowering blood pressure and reducing LDL cholesterol. And lastly, vitamin D. Nothing supports heart health quite like vitamin D3. But here's the thing, it's almost impossible to get enough of it from food. Unless you're eating like an Eskimo, downing seal fat daily, which, let's be honest, you're probably not, you're going to need sun exposure or a supplement. Get as much sun as possible. Just don't burn. In the winter months, sun isn't enough, so take a supplement. For maintenance, I recommend at least 10,000 IUs of vitamin D3 per day. It's not just great for your heart, it benefits your whole body. The artery-clearing meal. So how do you bring all of these ingredients together? It's simple. Here's a one-pan meal you can make in under 20 minutes. Artery-clearing salmon bowl. Ingredients: 1 wild-caught salmon fillet, grilled or baked. 1 cup fresh arugula. 1/4 cup. Crushed walnuts. 1/3 cup. Pomegranate seeds. 1 tablespoon extra virgin olive oil. Optional. Squeeze of lemon. Pinch of sea salt. Directions: cook your salmon with a light olive oil drizzle until tender and flaky. In a bowl, add arugula, walnuts, and pomegranate seeds. Place the salmon on top. Drizzle with more olive oil and lemon juice. Serve warm or chilled. There's no magic bullet, but there is momentum. Every time you eat something that supports your heart, every walk you take, every decision to feed your body instead of just your cravings, you move one step away from disease and one step closer to health. Wild-caught salmon might be the best food to unclog arteries, but it works even better when it's part of a lifestyle that's built on small, consistent choices. Choices that give you more years, more energy, more time with the people you love. Start with just one meal. Start with this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.